To do anything really well, you have to prepare for it. The planning and the meticulous thought process that goes into each session can be the difference between success and failure. For example, my garage is like a mini tackle shop. You know, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces in there for every eventuality or type of fishing that I could be, whether that be a boat session to a big European water or to a little day session down at Layer Pitch. You know, I've got every little item of tackle all set out. I know where it is, and I can just pre-pack so that I've got everything that I need for that individual session. Not everybody has probably got the same amount of equipment as I have, but I'm doing it for a job. But even still saying that, you know, it can't hurt to think ahead of what you might need and what you might use. You know, for example, something really easy like tins of gas. I found myself back in the day going to the shop just to buy a tin of gas. By the time you put the petrol onto it, you probably spend twice as much as you need. So nowadays I buy it in bulk, you know, at the shows. I buy a couple of cases, 3, 4, 5 cases. I'm getting it down to nearly £3 a can. One thing I certainly like to keep stocked up on is particles and pellets. You know, it's so easy to go down to your pet food store or your farm food store and pick up hemp, tigers, pellets, floating trout pellets. You know, I've got a whole shelf just stocked up with it, and I've just got what I need whenever I need it. You know, I always keep some prepared particles in the freezer. It can't hurt to do that. You know, you boil it up in the Burko, you get it done, get it in the freezer and it's there, just to hand whenever you need it. Also, I've got another freezer and I keep boilies in that, and it's always nice just to have a few kilos in there so that you don't have to drive to the tackle shop every single time you want to go fishing. Hook bait prep is something that I spend a lot of time doing, whether it be making my own hook baits or just soaking them. You know, for example, you know, a lot of people probably before they go fishing, they get some goo, squirt it straight on their pop-ups, and then they're down the lake 10 minutes later, cast out, and it's all washed away before you know it. You know, it hasn't had time to soak into the bait. So quite often I'll have a few tubs of pop-ups, especially in the winter in the garage, you know, and I'll just go in there, little and often, little douse, little bit of liquid, shake, back on the shelf, and just keeping it slowly. I don't want to flood them, just a little shiny surface, slowly drawn in, and then a little bit here, a little bit there, and then they're all good to go. I know it might sound crazy, but I actually quite enjoy preparing for a session. You know, in my mind when I'm at home, I'm often thinking about the session, how it might plan out, and anything that I can do at home to make that session easier in advance, I do, you know, because when I'm there, if I can concentrate more on looking and more on the hunting, you know, all the prep that's been done in the garage while sitting there listening to tunes is all just part of getting in the zone and making the most of those hours you have when you're on the bank. Whenever I'm planning for a session, I'm always trying to take the bare minimum of what I need, because I want to fish minimally. I want it to not impair how I think and when I want to move. You know, if you're carrying loads of stuff, it does affect your judgment, you know. But the problem with that is not taking what you need. So in between sessions, I take out my TackleSafe, I just check the compartments, make sure that I've got what I need for the coming session, top it up where need be, and then ready to go. It could be something as simple as forgetting your rig rings. Imagine that you're going for a session and you're going to be fishing hinge diff rigs or chod rigs or whatever, and you get there and you go to tie your D rig and you haven't got a rig ring to put on the thing. Something as simple as that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in that situation? So yeah, just a simple little look in the tackle box can prevent any of those little dramas that could impair your catch rate. What I'm really trying to get across here is that preparation will put extra fish in the bank for you, you know. It's not the be all and end all, but just a little bit of planning, a little bit of preparation, a few pre-tied rigs, you know, all these things will make your session easier when you're there. Anything that's not taking up your time when you are actually fishing is allowing you to concentrate on finding a fish, getting your rods on the spots, being fluent, you know, getting out there, doing what you need to do. And I promise you, if you're prepared and you're ready, you will catch more carp.